Hello and friendos, and welcome to the first Nintendo fan review of 2023. Hope all of you are having a wonderful day. Yesterday, my parents and friend joined me to witness history in the making. We watched the Super Mario Brothers movie. This review will contain spoilers for the movie, so if you would rather want to hear a short review, here it is. It's a good movie, and it's a great time. Go see the movie and come back to watch this. You back? Great. What a wild ride the Super Mario movie was. While I have seen the original Super Mario movie with Bob Hoskins, I was about 10 at the time or so. And my age at the time may have something to do with the fact that I actually enjoyed that movie. Um, which is weird because the large consensus and large population of people, don't actually care for that movie, which is understandable because of the weird takes on the Mario culture that we all know and love. The new Mario movie was created by Shigeru Miyamoto and Chris Meledandri, along with various other people throughout both Illumination and Nintendo. This movie is not the Super Mario Brothers movie of 1993 and remains more faithful to the content that it was inspired from. But it does take a few aspects of that film, the older film, and recreates them in this new movie. Mario and Luigi, as in the games, they are both brothers who live in Brooklyn, and they have just spent their savings on a commercial for their plumbing business. After things go sideways, they find themselves in the Mushroom Kingdom. Bowser has taken the star and is aiming to destroy the Mushroom Kingdom. Will the Mario Brothers be able to save the day once again? Alright, so that's the basic synopsis of the film. There's a whole range of other things that happen throughout the journey, and all of it is extremely colorful. I don't think I've ever seen a more colorful film, uh, except for maybe Pixar's Inside Out. The Rainbow Road sequence is especially colorful, and it makes you feel like you're actually playing one of the many Mario Kart games that Nintendo has released. Speaking of set pieces, there are so many in this film, and none of them actually overstay their welcome, which is kind of nice. You have everything from Super Smash Brothers to Mario Kart, of course, and even a underground and a 2D platforming sequence early on in the film. I wish some of these set pieces were a little bit longer, such as exploring Peach's castle. Maybe the Mario Kart sequence, or even um, the part of the film where Luigi enters a mansion, which is kind of a callback to Luigi's Mansion. Um, Although there weren't any boos present apart from King Boo, from what I can recall. If you're a Mario fan, or even have a little bit of knowledge about Nintendo and some of the games that Mario is featured in, you'll be able to spot a wide range of references to past games, from Mario Kart to his mainline games, to even Super Smash Bros. There's a lot of things to unpack in this short 1 hour and a half film, and that leads into many Easter eggs which can be found throughout the movie. I noticed an R-Wing from Star Fox, Balloon Fighter from Balloon Fight, Charles Martinet doing his iconic voice in a few sections of the film, and even a few Punch Out references, There are many more other Easter eggs throughout the movie, which were fun to see, and they brought many memories from throughout my life as a gamer who enjoys Nintendo. Uh, and it was just really enjoyable to see everything that they packed in. Now, during the marketing, this is going to lead into a little bit of a negative for me. They unveiled many different scenes throughout the movie as well as the voice acting and the voice cast. Again, I have a few gripes with how the marketing for this movie was handled. And number one being that a lot of the trailers that they uh, released to the public, I hate to say it, but they ruined a lot of sequences for me. They showed off too much of what the movie was, and you know, it would have been better if they had not spoiled as much for me um, that they did. Um, but overall, it was still an enjoyable film. And um, the first trailer, though, it ruined the whole start of the beginning of the movie for me. Although it was cool to see that the trailer was a shortened version compared to what was uh, used in the movie. Um, One notable thing that is a major plus for me, though, is you did not hear Chris Pratt saying, Mushroom Kingdom, here I come. So thank goodness for that. Speaking of the voice actors, I feel like they all played their parts wonderfully. I was definitely a little skeptical on what each actor or actress would bring to their role, but even the even someone like Chris Pratt, who I was very worried about for Mario, he came across as a decent Mario. So I'm not sure if it's because this is a movie and not a game or what, but I unfortunately don't think Charles Martinet would have been as fun to have listened to as Chris Pratt. He don't get me wrong, Charles Martinet is fine and is fine and fun in the games, for sure. But doing the iconic game Mario voice for the entirety of the movie may have been a little bit long and a little bit tiring. It's hard to say as that is not the movie we got. Charles Martinet will always be the voice of Mario in the games, and his cameos in the movie were extremely fun. But Chris Pratt is movie Mario to me. Keegan Michael Key as Toad does a great job as well, and so does Anya Taylor Joy as Princess Peach. Charlie Day as Luigi is fun as well. The only actor that I thought did not maybe pull his own weight was unfortunately Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. I love Fred Armisen. He's fantastic in Portlandia, but I'm not sure if it's whether it's where the lines, the voice acting itself, or what. But Fred Armisen was a lot funnier in Portlandia than he is here. Um, but hopefully he'll come back for either the second movie or another Nintendo franchise, like a Donkey Kong movie or something like that, and be able to live up to what fans of his expect and provide a little bit more hilarity for his lines. Um, Mario has been famous for around 40 years now. Um, and one of those things that um, has ingrained itself into many people's lives is, of course, the Super Mario Brothers music. From everything from the overworld theme to the underground theme. And you can't, if you ask a regular person if they can like hum a or sing like a game a track a music track from the game from any video game, they will always come back to the Super Mario Overworld theme. And I'm a big Sonic fan, don't get me wrong, but after watching both Sonic movies and being a little disappointed with how they handled the Sonic music in those movies, I was a little nervous as to how Nintendo would handle the Mario music. They could have outright like omitted it or put little um small little um sound clips from the games into the movie, but they did a lot more than that, and that makes me extremely happy. And they put so much that my fears for any music not appearing in the game in the not the game the movie was quickly alleviated. And many notable tracks from the games um, make an appearance or are audible throughout the film. Whether it's the Mario Kart selection music from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the iconic overworld theme, and the underground theme, or even the DK rap. Uh, most of Mario's music is featured some way or the other in this movie, and that makes me extremely happy. Um, I just wish that Grant Kirkhope, who composed the original DK rap, was credited in the movie, but it's a small price to pay for what we ended up getting. Just a small nitpick over that. Um, you know, as someone who composes, well, who has composed music for Nintendo in the past, I believe Grant Kirkhope should have gotten the recognition he rightly and justly deserves. Um, Now, we can't escape the fact, though, that very much like the Sonic movie, pop music does make an appearance in this movie. Everything from ELO's Mr. Blue Sky to Aha's Take on Me and Mr. Uh, Beastie Boys' No Sleep Till Brooklyn make an appearance in the film. However, as I found it a little bit, I hate to say this, a little bit cringy in Sonic movies, the Sonic movies so far at least. We'll see how the third entry handles it. Hopefully, hopefully more music from Sonic games will make an appearance, but we'll see. Have to wait and see how that goes. Um, they don't actually distract from the movie at all, and I thought all of the music was great and utilized very well. I'm actually a little bit happy that the pop music songs were included because they actually prop up the Mario music a little bit when it does appear, because makes it a little bit more special in my opinion. The song "Peaches" by Jack Black is extremely good as well, and I can't escape that catchy beat and the lyrics brought to me by the one and only Jack Black. I even have it on repeat when I go for my daily walks now. So, um, and I've actually set it as my alarm for the time being. It's so good. So this movie is about an hour and a half in length. with the exception of me having to use the bathroom due to me having drunk a lot of water and pop during the movie. Um, I was actually hoping that it might have been a little bit longer. I believe it could have easily reached the 2 hour mark, and I would have been happy with that. Uh, Maybe a few more moments throughout the various set pieces that appeared throughout the film, and maybe getting to know the character's backstory a little bit, spending more time with the characters, not rushing into the action quite as much as what the film did. But yeah, I thought overall it could have been a little bit longer. It was cool to see that Mario and Luigi's did have a backstory, as well did Princess Peach, and their baby versions make an appearance in the movie. It was really unexpected, and it was cool to see them, despite them being a little annoying in Yoshi's Island games. Um, all right, so for the crowd, the audience who I watched it with, apart from my friend and my parents, I was expecting this to be largely like an auditorium filled with a bunch of children screaming, yelling. But I was happily surprised that there were many people there, mostly in their 20s to 30s, and all the children, minus a few who cried and were talking during the movie, they were all well behaved. So, and I'm not sure if this is Nintendo's fault or Illumination's fault, but I found this movie to be um, largely marketed towards like children, but it's in reality a family film. Um, and I think this movie is enjoyable by people of all age groups. And it was honestly a blissful movie going experience for me. Um, and even if people aren't into Nintendo um, or video games in general, I think they'll still have a fun time here. My parents are not into games as much as I am, and even they had a fun time. The story of the movie is extremely simple, and as many of us have played through a large majority of the games in which Mario makes an appearance, whether it's Super Smash Brothers, the original Mario, Super Mario Brothers for NES. Um, we all know the story of the princess being captured, Mario having to go off to save her, and all that kind of stuff. However, even though this movie had a very simple plot, it was cool to see the little spin that they put on the story. And I was happy with how Princess Peach was utilized. In a way, Luigi actually fills in for Princess Peach as being the person in distress for a lot of the movie. It wasn't super mind blowing, the story itself, but I enjoyed the journey and the many moments of the film where things were slightly altered from the game. Don't even get me started on how the Luma from Super Mario Galaxy was portrayed. Absolutely loved that character. After the movie was done, my parents and we, and my friend, we did a little bit of shopping. And because the movie theater is held kind of within a mall. Um, we kept our Mario hats on. My mother was wearing my Luigi hat, and I was wearing the Cappy hat from Super Mario Odyssey. And we received many compliments, and we even saw a few other people who had Mario gear on. When we were waiting for my friend to pick up a pair of denim jeans from uh, a certain store, we actually ran into a person who worked for Illumination who had done a little bit of work doing some of the animation work. and it was really cool to talk to her and see what her involvement in the film was like, and see what exactly her thoughts were on the film. And we got to learn actually that 2 seconds of the movie took about 2 weeks to make, and that's simply incredible. It tells you a lot about how much filmmakers, animators, and anyone who is involved in the movie making process, their love for the project. It's remarkable and it's really cool. Um, with an end credit scene at the very end of the movie, teasing a second Mario movie. I hope that Nintendo will continue to produce great quality movies over the coming years. I would love a Star Fox movie, but a Metroid or a Legend of Zelda movie would be wonderful to watch as well. Nintendo has a lot of franchises to pull from, and they can use any of their franchises to make future films, in my opinion. And it's only a matter of time where they decide to go from here. Will a Super Smash Bros. Movie happen at some point, as many fans are speculating? Or will Nintendo do a crossover event with Sonic at some point? Only time will tell. All in all, the movie has reignited the love for the Nintendo brand, and it's cool to see that many people are living their best lives. It's cool to be a Nintendo nerd in this day and age, and that makes me truly happy. At the time of recording this, the movie is currently on track to reach $650 million in sales, and I might even go watch it a second time, pick up anything that I may have missed the first go around. It's a fun movie with a lot of Easter eggs, or are those Yoshi eggs? And it's great fun for people of all ages. I give the Super Mario Brothers film, the new one, a 9 power stars out of 10. Thank you very much for watching this review, and hopefully, we'll have more of these in the future. Thank you very much. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and we shall catch you on either a live stream or another one of these pre recorded videos. Thank you very much, and goodbye for now.